On this day, the 27th of November 1912, Spain declares protectorate over the northern part of Morocco. Spain and France had between them agreed to divide Morocco into spheres of influence. Those spheres of influence on this day became official protectorates. France, of course, got the majority parts of Morocco. Spain got the northern coast of Morocco opposite Spain, and a little portion of southern Morocco, which was administered from Spanish Sahara, modern-day Western Sahara. Spain had once had a world-spanning empire. It had ruled most of the Americas, Philippines, islands in the Pacific, as well as small parts of Africa. At this time, by 1912, all that was left was Spanish Guinea, Spanish Sahara, Ceuta, Melilla, and the Canaries. The once great Spanish Empire was no more. The Spanish Protectorate of northern Morocco consisted of a northern strip on the Mediterranean, opposite Gibraltar, and also a southern part around Cape Juby, bordering Spanish Sahara. Many years later, the northern zone became part of an independent Morocco in 1956. Spain finally ceded the southern part in 1958. Tangiers was never part of the Spanish Protectorate and was independent as the Tangier International Zone, although Spain did occupy it during the Second World War. Back in 1912, many European nations were acquiring vast colonial empires. Spain had lost the last remnants of its own. And this was not long after the disastrous War of 1898 with the United States. This had forced Spain to give over the Philippines, the Marianas, Palau, as well as Puerto Rico and Cuba, the last parts of its once great empire. So, most people were not enthusiastic about expanding in northern Morocco. But because of its geographical location, and because it had already had Ceuta and Melilla, they believed that if they were going to expand, this was the one place that they should expand. So, there was also the belief that Morocco was Spain's last chance to maintain its position as a great power in Europe, or at least as a power. And already France, Germany and Britain had shown interest in Morocco. Britain mostly as a supporter of the French claims against Germany. Spain didn't want to be left out of this new race to gain more territory. So, the decision was made on this day to declare a protectorate in the north of Morocco. Not long after the First World War ended, in which Spain had not been involved, what later became known as the Rif War began. A breakaway state existed from 1921 to 1926, the Republic of the Rif. This war was quite a vicious war. Spain lost 13,000 soldiers, and it was a controversial conflict. In many ways, it was one of the reasons, or one of the things that led to the eventual Spanish Civil War, in which many Moroccan soldiers were on the nationalist side. Franco had been involved in the Rif War, and he had also used many Moroccan soldiers himself. They were quite loyal to him, and when he did invade Spain over the Strait of Gibraltar, he took with him many thousands of Moroccan soldiers, and these soldiers were the ones fighting the army of the Republic. Although some small economic benefit resulted from this, in many ways it was a useless conquest. It didn't really do much for Spain, didn't make it that much wealthier. It gave it possession of the coast opposite Spain, but that's about it. Franco gave up this territory in 1958. 1956, and then the other southern territory in 1958. Was it really worth that much? And so, the only thing that remains of the short Spanish rule is Spanish as a second or third language, after Arab, the Berber languages, and French, or sometimes the fourth language, if you include the Berber languages. And they still control the cities of Ceuta and Melilla, small enclaves that probably cost the government more to keep than any sort of good they bring to Spain. So on this day, 27th of November 1912, Spain declares a protectorate over the northern part of Morocco. If you like these videos, come back for more tomorrow. Like, comment, and subscribe.